On April of 2023, Jack Teixeira, a 21-year-old member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard, was arrested by FBI at his home and charged with unauthorized removal and retention of classified documents. The documents included information about allies and adversaries, including troop movements in Ukraine, and top-secret information about Israel's Mossad spy agency. Authorities said he shared the classified documents on the messaging app Discord in order to impress his online friends. The document leaks were so serious that Jack is sentenced to 15 years on 6 counts of willful retention and transmission of national defense information under the Espionage Act. This raises 2 important questions. Why did the government trust a 21-year-old with access to top-secret documents? And how secure are our national secrets? The answer for the first question is, Jack had no criminal past while joining National Guard, so he passed all required background checks and security clearances. However, the answer to the second question is far more complex. The motivation behind these leaks can be classified into 3 main categories: for fun, for justice, and for money. Jack Teixeira did it for fun, as he shared classified documents on Discord to impress his online friends. This reckless behavior not only compromised national security, but also demonstrated how even individuals with security clearance might treat sensitive information as entertainment material. But Jack had no intention of selling or releasing documents to broader public. He even tried to destroy evidence when he realizes he went too far. There are multiple leaks where the motivation was fun and thrill, or even to win an argument. For example, the War Thunder leaks, where military enthusiasts and even real-life soldiers posted classified documents just to prove game developers wrong. In 2021, a British tank commander leaked restricted documents about the Challenger 2 tank's armor layout. Why? To prove that the game developers had modeled it incorrectly. The UK Ministry of Defence stepped in, confirmed the documents were still classified, and warned that unauthorized disclosure could mean up to 14 years in prison. And it didn't stop there. Since then, multiple players have leaked classified documents, including details about the Chinese ZT-99 tank, the French Leclerc, and even aircraft like the F-16 Fighting Falcon. One user even shared Eurofighter Typhoon radar specifications, all because they believed the game had modeled its range incorrectly. That's right, military secrets were exposed just because someone didn't like the way a jet handled in a game. And then there is justice. On July 12, 2007, footage from 2 US Apache attack helicopters captured a tragic incident where gunfire killed 14 civilians, including 2 Iraqi journalists working for Reuters. The helicopters mistook the journalists' cameras for weapons, leading to the order to fire. The video revealed the pilots treating the situation with a video game-like detachment.
Oh yeah, look at that, right through the windshield.
This video was first released by WikiLeaks on April 5, 2010. The footage was obtained from a US military source, later publicly identified as Chelsea Manning, who passed on the classified material through secure channels to WikiLeaks. This video was not an isolated leak. It was one of the first high-profile disclosures in a series of massive document dumps. In the months following the video's release, WikiLeaks published additional caches of classified material, including the Iraq war logs, which comprised roughly 391,000 documents detailing thousands of incidents from the Iraq conflict, the Afghan war logs amounting to around 75,000 documents describing operations and casualties in Afghanistan. Later, WikiLeaks also released about 250,000 US diplomatic cables, often referred to as Cablegate. Chelsea Manning, a former US Army intelligence analyst, stated that she leaked classified documents to expose what she saw as war crimes, human rights abuses, and government deception. She believed the American public had a right to know the true nature of military operations and hoped that her disclosures would spark a global debate on military ethics and US foreign policy. The leaks had significant consequences for US diplomacy, military operations, and intelligence gathering. The release of diplomatic cables caused widespread embarrassment for the US government, as it revealed candid assessments of world leaders, covert surveillance on allies, and secret negotiations. This created tensions with several nations, including Germany, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan, as governments reacted to the disclosures with concern and, in some cases, outrage. From a military perspective, the leaks exposed classified operational details, military tactics, and the identities of informants in Iraq and Afghanistan. US officials argued that this information could endanger soldiers and intelligence sources, potentially compromising ongoing missions. There is a whole website dedicated for hosting these leaked documents called WikiLeaks, which was founded in 2006 by Australian computer programmer and activist Julian Assange. In 2010, Assange gained international attention when WikiLeaks published a series of classified US military and diplomatic documents, leading to significant legal challenges. In June 2012, facing extradition to Sweden over allegations of sexual misconduct, he sought asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where he remained for 7 years. In April 2019, British authorities arrested Assange, and he was subsequently held in Belmarsh prison. In June 2024, after reaching a plea deal with US prosecutors, Assange was released from prison and returned to Australia. These kind of leaks are not isolated to modern times. Even during 70s, there were whistleblowers like Daniel Ellsberg, who was a US military analyst and researcher who became renowned for his role in leaking the Pentagon Papers in 1971. These documents were a classified Department of Defense study detailing the United States' political and military involvement in Vietnam from 1945 to 1967. Initially a supporter of US involvement in Vietnam, Ellsberg's perspective shifted after working on the Pentagon Papers. He came to believe that the US government had systematically misled both the public and Congress about the war's progress and prospects. Convinced that the information should be public, Ellsberg, with the assistance of his colleague Anthony Russo, secretly photocopied the 7,000-page report in late 1969. Ellsberg provided portions to the New York Times, which began publishing excerpts on June 13, 1971. The Nixon administration swiftly sought legal action to halt further publication, citing national security concerns. This led to a landmark Supreme Court case, New York Times versus United States, which upheld the right of the press to publish the material, emphasizing the First Amendment's protection of freedom of the press. Following the leak, Ellsberg surrendered to authorities and was charged under the Espionage Act of 1917, facing up to 115 years in prison. However, due to governmental misconduct, the charges were dismissed in 1973. The release of the Pentagon Papers was a pivotal moment in US history, significantly influencing public opinion about the Vietnam War and highlighting issues of governmental transparency and accountability. Ellsberg's actions have since been viewed as a courageous stand for truth, inspiring future whistleblowers. And then there is money. The clash between China and Taiwan had been going for a while. China demonstrated how it will attack and capture Taiwan by using force. This plan not only includes external force but also internal. China is known for espionage all over the world, and espionage in Taiwan is no exception. In August 2024, a Taiwanese court sentenced 8 military officers for spying for China. Retired military officers bribed active duty soldiers with as much as 700,000 Taiwan dollars, which is $21,900 in US, to join a spy network. In addition to the sensitive intelligence, the cases further involved a sensational conspiracy to have a Special Forces Wing Commander pilot defect by flying a CH-47 Chinook onto a Chinese aircraft carrier, as well as the creation of propaganda videos by active service junior military personnel stating that they would surrender to the People's Liberation Army in the event of a war. One of the important aspects of this defection plan is CH-47 Chinook helicopter. China conducted hundreds of espionages and cyber attacks to collect intelligence on America, including stealing military secrets and military tech. Su Bin, a Chinese national, led a conspiracy to steal American military secrets, most notably the designs for advanced stealth fighters like the F-22 and F-35. From October 2008 to March 2014, Su worked with 2 hackers from China's People's Liberation Army to gain unauthorized access to protected computer networks in the United States, including those belonging to Boeing. He obtained sensitive military information and illegally exported it to China. This helped China to advance its stealth program. In conclusion, national secrets are a vital aspect of any country's defense and security. The motivations behind these leaks vary, from whistleblowers seeking to expose government wrongdoing to individuals motivated by personal gain or a desire to advance their own interests. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that these secrets remain just secrets, and that we take all necessary measures to safeguard against those who would seek to exploit them for their own gain. In closing, the secrecy surrounding national secrets is a delicate balance between protection and transparency. As we move forward, it is essential that we strike this balance with care, ensuring that our nations remain safe and secure for generations to come.